Alright guys, next up is the second in the Masterpiece Brave series, Dragon Kaiser. It was also from Kaiser. Dragon Kaiser, the Dragon Jet. A tease. Another tease. Dragon Kaiser. The contents of the box. Dragon Kaiser. Does not come with another version of Kaiser, but, you know, all his accessories, his modes. That's a pointless mode. And then over here we got a tease to another form, which we will talk about later. So, there you go. It's a cool box, like all of them. So this time around, we've got, here we got the Dragon Jet, his accessories. So the Dragon Jet is the main component of this figure. And it's really cool. It's big. Like if I were to stand Kaiser on top of it, you know. I think King Kaiser can stand on it too. Yeah, you can stand King Kaiser on it, so that gives you a hint of how titanic this thing is. But anywho, he doesn't really do a whole lot on this one. He's just a big, blocky jet that screams a 90s super robot. So let's transform him. He gotta put his landing gear away. So do that. Fold the wings up. Fold these pieces down. Fold this up. I'm gonna go ahead and open those up. Fold these up. Turn that around. And you can push the hands out. We're gonna go ahead and stand him up because he does get pretty big. Then we'll go ahead and take all that off. And we'll open this up. And just like with King Kaiser, getting Kaiser here isn't the easiest thing in the world. Again with the fucking head crest. Yeah, I didn't bring this up in the last review, but that head crest is always falling off. And it's really annoying, actually. So once you get him in there, you should be able to just close everything up. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. So, yep, all closed up now. Woot woot. All right, so separate the legs. You can fold these pieces up to kind of fill that hollow bit out. And now what I like to do is I open this up and I push the head out now instead of trying to do it while it's on there, which is not show accurate, but you know. And then plug it back in. You can fold that piece up and turn that around. And you're supposed to be able to hit the knob and his eyes pop out, but one day mine just broke. So I can't get the eyes to function anymore. And I'll go ahead and replace this with the more solid one. And there you go. There is Dragon Kaiser. And he does look cool. I do like his design quite a bit. He's hollow. He's got pretty much all the same posability as Great X Kaiser did. And that's cool. He does have quite a bit more gimmicks than Great X Kaiser did, though. So you can do this and this. If you have that down and his eyes down, it's just he's a drone called Dragon. When you have those up and the eyes exposed, which mine can't for some reason, he is Dragon Kaiser. And you have X Kaiser in there and all that. You can actually turn these around, have him hold them, and then push the gun parts up. And now he's got tonfas, which is pretty cool. I think this mode's more martial arts heavy than King X Kaiser is. And you could pull these off, and now you got the Dragon Anchor, which doesn't really do anything. The big one, though, is, again, he has alternate hands. So he's got these 5 here. I'm only going to change one out. It's going to be this one. And you can actually fit an arrow back here. But I'm not going to fiddle with that. So if you put the arrow in his hand, and you take this piece, this has got to come off for it, but because that's supposed to turn into this, turns into a bow. And you can put this in his hand. Then you've got the Dragon Archery, which was his attack. So King X Kaiser had the Kaiser Sword and did Thunder Flash. He has the Dragon Archery and he does Thunder Arrow, which is actually pretty cool. Now that I'm just dropping pieces everywhere. So size-wise, he actually is bigger than King X Kaiser. So if we bring King X Kaiser in, for example, you can see he's actually a good bit taller. But I will say I like King X Kaiser more than Dragon Kaiser. King X Kaiser just seems more solid to me. Dragon Kaiser is not bad, and he does look really cool. And I think you need him for this set. Like if you're gonna get one, get the other, but because they really go together. But the King X Kaiser a bit more. Dragon Kaiser looks cool. I do like his design quite a bit. I think they both look really cool. Something about King X Kaiser just appeals to me more, and it's weird because I think dragons are cooler than lions, but. But now, let's get all the unnecessary things out of the way. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put X Kaiser back into King X Kaiser. Because Dragon Kaiser is a fairly cool toy on his own. King X Kaiser. Pretty good toy on his own. I'm saying all this for a reason. Because Dragon Kaiser on his own has a good bit of functionality. He transforms. He has gimmicks. He has weapons. He's got alternate hands. He's got a couple of alternate formations. So there's a good bit to him, right? But what happens when we get X-Kaiser back in the King X? What happens when this works right and my foreshadowing doesn't suck? Oh, jeez. I'm gonna get this. It's gonna happen. All right, so you have King X Kaiser. You have Dragon Kaiser. Both pretty cool looking robots on their own. Both fairly functional robots on their own. Both very good fighters on their own. What happens when they have to work together? You want to find out? I want to find out. So let's find out. So to do that, to get them to work together, it requires, mostly on his end, but it requires some steps on King X Kaiser's hand. So fold his feet up. I'm going to turn his hands. I'm going to turn his hands around. We're going to fold his arms up. And we're going to push this back, fold his wings in. And we're going to actually pull his head off. I know. That's it for him. Most of the action comes over here. So we're going to actually pretty much rip his entire being apart. So we're going to pull that piece out. Put King X Kaiser's head where that piece was. And be careful, because it always feels like I'm going to break it when I do this. Then just fold both the heads in. Boom. This piece is going to come off. We're never going to use it again. Take this red piece off the back. Open his whole body apart. And we'll do a lower body first. Strip his legs in half and then fold these tabs in. Fold this up. Open this piece up. And it's kind of convoluted. But you're going to want to kind of get the leg mostly like this. Close it up. And push that piece up on the foot. So we'll go ahead and we'll do this again. And I'll make it a little more obvious what we're doing. So fold that piece back. Fold this piece up. Then fold all of that in like that. Boom. Fold that up. Push the top of the foot in. There you go. So we're going to go ahead and take X Kaiser. King X Kaiser. And his legs are going to fit in there. And the legs are going to go in there like that. And that actually makes him a lot taller. So now we'll focus on the upper body. So there are two ways you can do this. Like no matter what, you're going to have to do that. But now you could do this part one of two ways. So this has got to come off. These have got to come off. And if you want to, you can just drag an anchor up like that, fold that piece down, and then fold the arm all the way back. And you can combine him like that. I personally prefer just pulling the arms off and leaving that up. I think that looks better. So I'm going to do it that way, but you can do it the other way I just mentioned. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing on this arm. This one, there's these tabs right in here. They're going to go into grooves on the top of King X Kaiser's arms. So close all that up. Then you're going to make sure the gun has the symbol pointing out, and that's going to clip on here. And then we're going to go ahead and push the hand out and close that piece. So same thing on this side. All right, so we're getting there. Yeah, he's a big boy. So this piece is just gonna clip onto the back. No fanfare. So next, the easiest way to do this part is reopen this up, because there's a little slot there, and there's a little tab, and there's a little slot on top of the lion head. Just line all that up. And connect all these bits together. And then close it back up. That's not the show accurate way to do it, but it's the most effective way. And then you just take the new head and put it on. And here we have Great X Kaiser. And let me just tell you right off the bat, when you combine the two figures, most, if not all, of the issues I had with the separate figures just kind of go away. This is the reason to buy these two toys. King X Kaiser is a good toy. Dragon Kaiser is a good toy, but combined, they are a sight to behold. Oh my goodness. I love Masterpiece Great X Kaiser so much that it is one of, if not my single favorite toy in my collection. Like, he's up there with the Soldier Gal Gaiar and the MP-44 Optimus Prime as one of my favorite figures in my collection. It's so very good. It's hard to say enough good things about this combination. I'm not going to go over the articulation because it's a base, again, it's X Kaiser's the base, King X Kaiser's the base body, so the articulation's not different at all, really. But oh, he just looks so good. And you could tell that the compromises in the first two forms were made to make this form just a wonderful, wonderful thing. I know I'm gushing, but he looks that good, and he just is so cool. The only issue I have is that with the added weight from Dragon Kaiser, this arm is a little loose, and that's probably just my copy. But oh man, I love this thing so much. So he has a new weapon. He just calls it the Kaiser sword in the show, but it's supposed to be the Great Kaiser sword. Oh my god, it's really big. and he can hold it in his hand. And it looks awesome. You can actually, if you set it up just right, you can use these two hands, and you can hold it with both hands. I am not going to do that because it's a pain in the ass. What I will do is have him hold his sword like this, which is the pose I typically have him in on my shelf. And he takes center stage on my shelf. Oh man. So the biggest problem with this toy, honestly, is the price of Dragon Kaiser. I had to use my income tax refund last year to afford it, and it's the single most expensive figure I've ever bought. The cheapest I've ever seen him go for is $500. He is really expensive. But oh man, if you can get the two of them, because you can't just, this is a set where you can't just get one. If you get one, you have to get both, because you're not getting the full experience if you only get King X Kaiser or if you only get Dragon Kaiser. You need to have both, because this combination is just so good, so amazing, and I am dumbfounded every time I look at it because it looks that awesome. And now a size comparison, because he's gotten substantially bigger. So there's the Soul Chogokin Megazord, it's the same size as Galgagar. He's a little bit bigger than him now, so his size has increased. And I like this Megazord, but this King X Kaiser is just... Great X Kaiser, rather, is just so amazing. And I really wish that Takara made more Masterpiece Brave figures. But we got Soul of Chogokin now, and they did a phenomenal job with Galgaigar. So hopefully we get more of them, but... Like, I would love a Soul Chogokin Goldran, a Soul Chogokin Mightkind, but that's not the here nor there. So that's, I think, going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great one. Take care.